Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is Friday Night Rocks. For this particular week, we're going three for the week as usual. And starting us off, we have the age-old classic When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. Now, this is my favorite version of the song I've heard in actually trying to track it down. A somewhat newer version, and of course many covers over the years, but the newer version was still sung by Percy Sledge, and I think it actually harkens back to the late 70s, early 80s, where sort of all these old musical, oldies musics, if you will, and bands and groups and singers and so forth were kind of being revived in the public consciousness. And I always heard that the Blues Brothers actually were integral in bringing back names like Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles, James Brown, and so forth from their movie and their soundtrack. And while I like the sort of newer version of the song, this is the one I really love. It's the original, going back to the old 45 on record and everything, and just has a really classic sound and vibe to it. So following that, we have another classic song in the form of Lovin' Spoonful's Summer in the City. Definitely easily falls into what I like to call, sister songs, in that they kind of have a similar feel, the first two songs. When a Man Loves a Woman and Summer in the City. I feel like they just have a really kind of familiarity between them, even though they're not necessarily, singing about the same kinds of things, but the vibe is there. So moving on, we'll actually jump to 90s with Meatloaf's I'd Do Anything for Love. Now, this is a track that I think came out, I think he'd been out of actually doing music for a while and focused more on acting, and I think he's still acting today even, but this is a song that I loved when it first came out. It was kind of like a power ballad, and it kind of faded into obscurity for a long time for me, and I found it again recently, actually. I just fell in love with it again. I've been listening to it nonstop. I just love the operatic sort of tension that it embodies. And I even remember the video kind of being loosely based on Beauty and the Beast and Phantom of the Opera vibes and stuff. And it's been oft debated what is that one thing he wouldn't do for love. And I think if you listen to the song by the end, you'll get that, profoundly answered. But I always had my own working theory as a teenager listening to it, because of the Beauty and the Beast themes, kind of, what is the one thing he wouldn't do for love? Well, he wouldn't force that love on someone unwittingly, because in the Beauty and the Beast kind of framework, he may fall in love with the girl, but he doesn't want to force the girl to try to make her love him, that kind of thing. And that was just, my teenage sort of approximation of it. But that'll do it for the three songs for the week, and we'll move on to the Random Factoid, which is basically a personal one relating to the Lovin' Spoonful song Summer in the City. This is kind of what loosely based my intros, Hey There Cats and Kitties. There's a lyric in the song that says something like, cool cat looking for a kitty, searching every corner of the city. And I think that's what loosely inspired it. I just always loved the sound of it. So, if you have your own random factoid you'd like to submit in the comments below, it may be read next week and I'll give you credit for it. And otherwise, I'd love to hear what you think of these songs. So that's going to do it for Friday Night Rocks this week, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.